December 8, 2004, the Bering Sea. The Malaysian cargo vessel Selendang Ayu runs aground in heavy weather and breaks in two pieces. 6 crew members lose their lives when a rescue helicopter crashes after being engulfed by a rogue wave. And 350,000 gallons of oil and diesel fuel spill from the doomed ship, covering the Unalaska coast. December 3, 2010, 6 years later. The circumstances are troublingly similar when the 738-foot bulk carrier Golden Seas loses power off the coast of the Aleutian Islands. Hoping to avoid a repeat of the Selendang Ayu tragedy, the U.S. Coast Guard calls on the crew of the AHTS vessel Tor Viking 2 to perform an emergency tow of the disabled carrier. Captain Daniel Arneson was Tor Viking's chief officer at the time.
We departed Dutch Harbor 1600 and it was really bad weather. Northwesterly wind, storm force, sea height of 10 to 12 meters.
To reach the Golden Seas, the crew will have to travel full speed ahead for 24 hours, and time is running out.
So the information that we got when we were sitting in Dutch Harbor was that if you're lucky, you're able to get there before she hits the ground. We pushed this vessel really hard. We had storage which is well protected behind the windlasses, which the sea just broke. Tremendous lot of forces. And we have life rafts on the sides, one of them self-inflated.
But it isn't just the vessel's limits that are tested.
The crew on board here is never seasick, but during this steaming out, several people struggling really hard. It was really tough. Food-wise, it was not much food served.
Having reached their target at last, the Tor Viking must now shoot a messenger line 40 meters to the Golden Seas in order to secure a connection.
High power and dangerous, so when we are doing that, we let your guys stay behind the forks. And thank you very much.
Okay, we'll do it. The most critical part of this operation was to face the Golden Seas up into the wind. As long as you don't have any mechanical problems whatsoever, you can do that. But getting a failure on systems in that kind of a situation, then I don't want to think about the consequences.
Attempt number 1. The gun fails to charge.
First attempt, the charge failed, it didn't throw out line at all.
Okay, go ahead. Now I control my forcing. Go ahead.
Okay, line's deployed.
Attempt number 2.
The second attempt.
The line makes it over, but the crew of the Golden Seas drops it.
No joy on that one. Winds are just too heavy right now.
Golden Seas, Tor Viking.
Go ahead, Tor Viking, Golden Seas.
We are doing a new attempt.
This will be attempt number 3. Get a line open.
Line made it over the ship on hatch number 3.
Finally, on the 3rd attempt, the connection is secured. The crew must now deploy an emergency tow line.
One other thing was to get sufficient slack on the fiber rope for the crew on the Golden Seas to work safe. But getting too much slack on that rope, then it's falling down and you have the anchors with the flukes and everything sitting there. So we were afraid at some stage there to get hooked up. Golden Seas, you are holding your course.
Holding my course. I'm still holding my course.
This is a very critical part. If we put any pressure on this line, we can part there, stop her, and hurt someone seriously. Oh my goodness.
After many tense minutes spent trying to maintain just the right amount of slack on the line, the connection is secured, and the 2 ships make their way to calmer weather. Disaster has been averted, and the Golden Seas is anchored safely in Dutch Harbor.
When you're on top of a situation like this, you don't think that much about it at that time. But afterwards, when you see the films that are made, then you're wondering, okay, what is this?
6 months later, the Tor Viking team receives a meritorious public service award for their bravery, proof that even the best vessels are only as seaworthy as their crew.